The first ever in-person Quad meeting is all set to take place on the 24th of this month. US President Joe Biden, whose international reputation has taken a hit, will be hosting the leaders of Japan, Australia and India at the White House. The White House has issued a statement on the same. The US has said that hosting the leaders of the Quad shows the Biden-Harris administration's priority of engaging in the Indo-Pacific in order to meet the challenges of the 21st century. The statement pointed that the focus of the summit will be on deepening ties and advancing practical cooperation on multiple areas. Discussions are expected to take place on promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific in the face of Chinese threats, combating COVID-19, addressing the climate crisis and partnering on emerging technologies as well as cyberspace. Biden's Indo-Pacific coordinator Kurt Campbell had said in July that the long-planned in-person meeting should bring decisive commitments on vaccine diplomacy and infrastructure. Japanese media has stated that any talks between the four countries would likely also touch on Afghanistan, as well as offer a chance to present a united front before a G20 meeting in Rome in October. The summit is being seen as a challenge to China and an alternative to the traditional G20 meeting. The announcement by the White House has confirmed the much-awaited visit of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the United States. What we know so far about Prime Minister Modi's tentative schedule is that he is expected to hold bilateral talks with the US President Joe Biden on the 23rd of September. And this will, of course, be the first in-person meeting between the two leaders since the change of guard in Washington. And then on 25th of September, Prime Minister Modi will be travelling to New York for the United Nations General Assembly High-Level Week, and he is expected to address the session and focus on UN reform, climate change, the COVID-19 crisis, as well as vaccines and counter-terrorism. Some references can be expected related to Afghanistan as well. Just 2 days ago, India and Australia had rebuffed Chinese criticism of the Quad. China had referred to the Quad as the Asian NATO. The Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar said that Chinese criticism is a misrepresentation of facts and asserted that the Quad is focused on non-military issues unlike the NATO. His views were echoed by the Australian Foreign Minister, who said that the Quad members are champions of ASEAN centrality. Remember, a virtual meeting of the Quad leaders was held in March this year, and they pledged to work closely on COVID-19 vaccines and climate change and to ensure a free and open Indo-Pacific in the face of challenges from Beijing. The diplomatic grouping dubbed the Quad, or Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, was first formed in 2007 and has been holding regular meetings since 2019. It is seen as a bid to counterbalance China's growing economic and military reach in the Asia-Pacific region. Our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibil has sent us more details in this next report. Take a look.
The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be going to United States next week and this visit will see he participating in the first in-person Quad meeting on 24th, and on 25th he will be addressing the United Nations General Assembly. This visit is significant in terms of the first in-person meeting between the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the US President Joe Biden. We know that they have been interacting with each other, with the Indian Prime Minister also participating in the Joe Biden's climate change summit, also the Quad meeting, the virtual meeting that took place on 12th of March. So there has been increased high-level engagement between the two countries and partnership spanning every sector from defense to space to people-to-people engagement that forms essentially the main pillar of engagement. We know that the Biden administration has a good number of Indian Americans in the administration. So this visit will see a celebration of this relationship, a relationship that has ultimately dropped its hesitation of history in terms of the successive US administration, whether it's the Clinton administration, the Bush administration, the Obama administration, the Trump administration, and now of course the Biden administration, that has in a short time period since the new administration took over has increased its engagement with New Delhi. With video journalist Chandrasekhar, Siddhant Sibil for WION in New Delhi.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.